Hello and welcome to the Starr Life. I'm RC Starr and I'm super excited that you decided to join me by watching the very first episode of the Starr Life. So what is the Starr Life, right? Well, the Starr Life, it is a mindset that we're able to adopt that allows us to go through life, remain peaceful, to have joy, to have fun, and ultimately to be generous to those around us. So today I'm going to talk about transition, homesickness, loneliness, sadness, even depression, right? These are feelings and words that are often associated with transitions. And when I say transitions, transition could be, literally moving from one city to another city to relocate your whole life. Or transition could also just be changing your energy from one thing to another. Go through several transitions throughout our whole lifetime. And I want us to all know after today that we are able to go through these transitions, forget all those words that I just said, and actually come out on the winning end. So I'm going to talk to you today about a recent transition that I made, which was, completely big. Went from one city to a new city, one career to a new career, walked into the completely unknown, but I'm going to share with you today just how awesome it all turned out, right? Through talking to you about the journey and the process that it took. So the first thing I want to talk about today is that when we go through a transition, we are going to have to overcome objections, right? There are going to be people in our lives who are going to question us. They might even doubt us. They really might even think we're crazy by saying yes to whatever transition period we're entering into, right? But I just want you to know that, first of all, let's assume that these people are not coming from a negative place, right? A lot of times people say things to us and we think it's coming from the left field, but it's really just coming from the best place possible. These are people that we love and they love us. We care about them, they care about us too. But I remember one night Bishop T.D. Jakes was preaching on the TV and he said this, and it never left me. He said that we cannot expect other people to understand our dream, our purpose, and our visions the way that we do, really, because God is not talking to them about my dream. God is talking to me about my dream. God is talking to me about my purpose. He's not telling you mine, right? So we really do have to understand that sometimes we see our purpose, we see our dreams and our visions more clear than other people will see it for us. And we have to understand that, and we have to know that when they're giving us advice, we need to listen to them, right? I'm not saying ignore everyone. Listen to the wise words of your friends, or your peers, your family, but ultimately, we cannot let their words dictate to us what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. That decision needs to be left to us. So trust that you've written out your goals, you've written out what you want to accomplish in life, you've done your research to make sure this transition is actually a good idea, right? Use common sense and have wisdom, but ultimately the decision needs to be yours. The decision needs to be mine when I'm deciding to say yes to do something different, okay? So as far as transitions go, I'm not even going to tell you that they're always going to be fun, they're always going to be easy, right? Transitions are uncomfortable. My transition was extremely uncomfortable. I literally am in my dream job now, but when I applied to this job, I got the job offer, I was really given an ultimatum. I was given two choices. I either start 2 weeks from the offer date or I start 2 months from the offer date. So I'm like, obviously I want to start now. I want to start in 2 weeks, but I don't have anywhere to live in this new city. I don't know anyone there who I can just crash on their couch for a little while, right? So did what I had to do. I hustled for a couple of days. I found a temporary living situation. Temporary, okay? That temporary lasted for 3 months. For 3 months I was living in the house. I never actually called this house my home, y'all. I never unpacked my bags. I never cooked in the kitchen, right? I never actually considered this place my home. So 3 months I stayed in this house really just to lay my head and to keep my possessions in bags and in boxes. And after that 3 months was over, I bought my first house out here, right? So I'm so excited about that. But I had to go through that 3-month period in order for me to make a good decision, to find the best house that I could find. I had to endure that 3 months of discomfort in order for me to be comfortable in my own place right now, right? And then ultimately, I went through all of that. Yes, again, it was not easy. It was very tough, but my job, I love it. If you asked me in college what I wanted to do afterwards, this is going to be what I would have told you. Right? I'm getting to travel, getting to see the world, I'm getting to do work that I'm really passionate about. I have awesome coworkers, right? Anyone who knows me knows that I love to constantly grow myself. I love to constantly develop myself. And I'm surrounded by people at my company who are always striving to be better and always striving to be great. So in life, we are all going to go through transitions, okay? Don't go into them thinking that it's going to be easy. It is not. There are going to be people who think you're crazy, people who think you don't know what you're doing, and that is okay. Again, you have to trust yourself. Trust that you know what you're wanting to accomplish. Trust that you've done the research in order to make sure that the decision you're making is a wise one, and be confident in your choice, right? You have to actively make a decision that your transition is right for you, that it's the right timing, and that it's the right thing. My transition didn't happen overnight. Yes, I had 2 weeks to say yes to this job offer, but I was planning this move for 2 years, to be honest. So it seemed like it was really fast, but ultimately I had done a lot of research, a lot of mental preparation before I actually said yes to make this transition. So my encouragement to you is that as things come up, first you need to decide that it is right. Okay? If we go into these things, go into these moments second guessing ourselves, then it's not going to turn out well for us. So first we have to decide that it's right. Then we have to do our research to make sure that it's going to be done in a wise way, and then commit to it and do it. All right? So go through your transitions, be happy about them, know that there's good to come, but sometimes we have to endure hard times in order to get to that greener side. All right? So thanks so much for watching this episode of the Starr Life. Stay tuned for many more to come, and leave some comments, write me some messages, let me know your thoughts. If you have anything to add on, I would love to hear what you have to say, and I will see you all soon. Bye.